What? What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Man, oh man. You know what they say. The weekends just aren't long enough. They really are not. All for sure. Anywho, hopefully you guys had a good Monday. Wasn't too rough. It wasn't a typical Monday. And it flew by for you. And you guys had a good weekend. Welcome to Nonsensical Nonsense. I'm Glick. Getting pretty used to doing this solo stuff. If you guys are not already, go ahead and check us out on all them social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. You can hang out with us live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, 7-ish, 7:15-ish, whenever the hell I kick this thing off on YouTube. Or you can listen to us anytime, any place on Zencaster and wherever you listen to podcasts at, all at Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast. Be so kind, go ahead and give us a follow, give us a share. We greatly appreciate that. And give us a little like a rooski. If you like what we're doing here. If you don't like what we're doing here, well, don't watch, because it's a bit of a mess. I will say that for sure. Yeah, the weekends definitely are not long enough. But I got a short week this week. We're going out of town Wednesday. So short week, long weekend. I think I'm off Monday as well too. I'm not sure. Haven't been at my company for over a year and I still haven't figured out our holiday schedule. But you think I might eventually? Fuck, I don't know. Anywho, looking forward to going out of town. Always enjoy getting out of town, even if it is only for a couple days. Which I seem to be doing that more and more these days. So there's definitely nothing wrong with that. I am not complaining in any way, shape, and or form. I like going on road trips. I like driving, all that fun jazz. Kind of took it easy yesterday. It was the first Sunday in a little while that I've just kind of done nothing. But I did come up with an idea. Football season's here. Football season's upon us. And I figured, why not do a light is really bright. A Nonsensical Nonsense fantasy football league, and open it up to you guys, whoever listens, or friends of the show, or whatever the case may be. If you guys are interested, just let me know. We're gonna shoot the draft. Hopefully Sunday afternoon. Get the draft in. I got my fantasy football league draft Sunday evening, so I'll be a little bit busier than normal on a Sunday this weekend. But I ain't mad at it because I get excited for football and I love doing fantasy football. Plus, I figure it's a cool way to do like our first ever kind of a giveaway or a prize pack type deal for the show. Whoever wins the fantasy football league, throw in a shirt, a hat, maybe some stuff from our sponsors. Who knows? Get you a little trophy or some shit too. I don't know. We'll figure that out as the season goes on, but looking forward to it. It should be fun. I always look forward to fantasy football. I always have a good time with it. I always have fun. Whether I win or lose, I usually have fun with it just because I fucking love football. Man, damn, I love football. And it gives me an excuse to literally watch every game all Sunday long, Thursday night, Monday night, and I don't bitch and piss and moan and play. But I'm filibustering. And after 2 years of doing a podcast, I finally learned yesterday how to do a podcast. You simply come on for 10 minutes, tell everybody you're smarter than them and that you're the greatest of all time and that you know what you're doing and nobody else does, and then you just abruptly end. I kid. But kind of just winging it tonight, I guess you could say. I'm busy today. I got Saturday. I think I mentioned it. I think I mentioned it Saturday night. We went and looked at a house Saturday morning uh, to rent. And now going through that whole process. There really was no point to be made. Fuckhead. Let's be honest. And that's a pain in the ass. I hate moving, but it's a necessity, unfortunately. So we will hopefully be moving soon. And then has some other things going on, but so hopefully we'll be moving soon. The nice thing about moving is, if we're lucky, it'll be a huge upgrade, and it'll make things a little bit easier for the kids with school. I don't think you made a point. I listened to it a couple times. I don't think there was any point to be made. We still don't have a draft scheduled. Still don't have know who or who isn't in the league. It's so confusing. It's so confusing. With all your experience and expertise, this should be a walk in the park. I'm just saying. I didn't have any problems. I slid onto my group chat. Oh yeah, I have a group chat, an actual group chat with my league. Said, hey guys, we good for next Sunday? You want to do it in the afternoon or the evening? Everybody chimed in. Okay, evening works. All right, we're doing a buy-in this year. Yeah, let's do $20. All right, cool. Everybody agree? Everybody agree. And we said, how are we doing the prizes? Hey, how does first, second, third sound? We'll do 150 or 125 for the winner, 50 for the second place, and 25 for the third. Sounds perfect. All right, cool. See you guys Sunday. Make sure you have your money ready and go for that. No problems, no confusions, no confusions, nothing. Nothing. Why? I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing. You have to get one central location to get your group. Not all over the place. Oh, you do it however you want. I don't care. I'm just saying. Communication is always very beneficial in all aspects of life. This is learning. This is learning it. In all aspects of life, communication. You got to communicate. Yeah, I don't know where everybody is. I mean, I know. I thought you were actually doing a fantasy show. I was going to pop in. I didn't know you were just jumping on there to grumble. I was like, let me share this out real quick, and then I'm going to jump in. And then you were done. I was like, what the hell? There was no belt to be had last year. Again, not knowing how to properly run a league. Money doesn't complicate anything if you just have proper communication. And that goes for any league. I've seen it, I've seen it happen. And it's just lack of communication and lack of putting stuff out there. I mean, my league has been asking for it, but we didn't do it last year. So I asked this year, are we doing it? They said, yeah, let's do it. All right. Well, everybody have your money Sunday. It'll go into account and it'll be there until the end of the season. And then once it's end of the season and we figure out the winners, it'll be sent out within a day. I don't even think I got it right away. As soon as I seen it, I messaged you. But there was no belt to be had last year. Again, you can't have half the league that wants to put money or whatever in and then expect them to pay for everything. And then somebody who doesn't put anything in turn around and go, well, I won, so I want my money. Like, you didn't put any money in. And we got one guy that didn't want to pay. And another guy said, I'm going to pay, but if you win, I'm taking the winnings. That was the agreement that they made. I don't give a damn. That's on them too. But they ain't going to win. They never win, so I ain't worried about that. messaged her butt as soon as I seen it. And I was trying to get myself motivated. Check what replays. It was a 9 minute and like 15-second video. Again, did a lot of this. But all of this, we're still in the same boat we were in last year. We're a week away from football. We're a week away from football. And we don't even know what's going on. I don't care if it's free or not. I don't care. That's fine with me. I created a Nonsensical Nonsense League. It's free. If you want to be in it, let me know. I don't care. Anybody's welcome. I'm putting a prize pack together at the end of the year. Like I said, shirt, hat, maybe a little trophy or something. I don't know. It'll be something that I put together. It comes out of my pocket, and I'll send it out to the winner. But draft is Sunday at 3. I just think that'd be a cool thing to do for the show. Like I said. Plus, it gives me an excuse to have another fantasy football league. So I enjoy playing fantasy football. I enjoy the shit talking. That's what we do a lot of in my league. We just talk so much shit to each other. Most of our league is local. We have a couple of stragglers, outliers, if you will, but most of my league's all local. What? I like being. I'll only be in 3 this year. Last year I was in 5. Yeah, I think 5, and only 1 was a pay league. Walked away with a little bit of money because I did first, second, and third. I got second, so I walked away with a little bit of money. I'll only have 3 this year. I've been slowly downgrading every year. When I was in Charleston, I was in a ton of leagues. But I do the DraftKings. The DraftKings is really cool. FanDuel is really cool. And I want to check out another one this year, too. I think, what is the hell is it called? Sports Better, something like that. I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. Not the Caesars one. But anywho, yeah, anybody who's listening, if you're interested, hit me up on any of the social medias. I'll send you a link. You can, we still got, what do we got? We're still waiting on 2 people who said they were going to join. I think 4 or 5 spots left, something like that, right as of right now. But I literally just set it up. So, anybody who's down, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know on one of the social media platforms, wherever. It don't matter, and we'll send you a link. Anybody and everybody's welcome. Ladies, you too. There's no discrimination. Well, outside of kids. Don't want any kids involved, but anywho, let's get away from the fantasy football talk and all that jazz. My fiance, as we all know, she's a bartender. She bartends in a very nice area, kind of a rich area. Yesterday, they had some crazy ass shit go down outside. Apparently, I don't know the whole thing. Because they're still sorting shit out. So the news is they report one thing and then they'll turn around and update it and it'll be something else. But just outside of their restaurant, 13-year-old boy was shot dead yesterday afternoon. By two other 13-year-old kids. Um, which, of course, this area that they're in is a shopping area, stuff like that. So, like, every place, including them, were on lockdown. Um, Customers, employees, back in the kitchen area, back where it was, safe. They weren't like right out by all the windows and the front entrance and all that jazz. But like I said, the reports are so confusing because the first one was there was two teenage boys that were shot. One was dead on the scene. The other one was in critical condition, wasn't going to make it. Then they came out this morning and said that there was two other 13-year-olds that were arrested for it. It just speaks volumes to me. I'm going to go off on a tangent. These goddamn kids are out of fucking control. There's no, they don't fear consequences. There's no discipline at home. Their parents are letting them run around all willy-nilly, do whatever the fuck they want to do. And then our police are walking around on eggshells because, God forbid, they arrest a criminal or kill a criminal in the act of committing a crime, because then all hell breaks loose. But I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It all starts at home. You fucking parents are dropping the goddamn ball with your kids. You're really fucking up. There's no structure. There's no discipline. You let them run around, do whatever the hell they want. And then they have no fear of consequences, because when they do get held accountable by somebody else, you go, not my sweet little innocent baby boy, baby girl. They would never do that. Never. And it's almost getting to the point where I feel like not only should the kids be held accountable when they do dumb shit, especially if they're a minor, their parents should be held accountable as if they committed the same crime. Not only that, something else I've said, and I mean this, and I stand by this, and I will always stand by this, and I don't give a damn what anybody thinks. I don't care how old you are or how young you are. If you want to act like a wild animal, you belong in a cage or put down. It's as simple as that. If a wild animal gets free and attacks somebody, what do? We put it down. You're 13 years old and you have no care for someone else's life already at 13 years old. There's no rehabilitating that. You've already established yourself as what you're going to be the rest of your life at this point. If you can senselessly take another life in a crowded area with hundreds of people around and other small children and everything else, you've already established what you are and what you're going to be for the rest of your life. So try them as an adult, give them a death sentence, and rock it out real quick. Just bring back public executions and firing squads. And yeah, that may sound heartless. That may sound like a heartless fucking thing to say. But you're a 13-year-old kid and you can gun somebody down in broad daylight in front of hundreds of witnesses and not a care in the world. You're never going to be a contributing member to society. So we're better off without you. That goes for anybody of any age. It'd be 20, it'd be 30, it'd be 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And it's not even and before it gets brought up or before it gets said, it's not even a race thing. I don't care what color you are either. I don't care where you're from. You know, act like a wild animal. You should be locked up like a wild animal or put down like a wild animal. And that goes for, it's like these assholes and in California and in New York that are just literally just walking in and just robbing convenience stores or CVS's or whatever, just walking in there and taking whatever they want. One of these owners is going to start putting you fuckers down, and people shouldn't feel bad for it. They shouldn't feel bad for it. Good. You don't care about other people's property, their life, their livelihood. Fuck you. Why should we care about yours? Oh, but Glick, you can't say that. That's mean. And what about no? What about what? Shut up, pussies. This is what's wrong with this goddamn country. Everybody's worried about everybody else's feelings. Fuck your feelings. You ain't coming up in my house. You ain't coming up in my place of business. I'm thinking you just gonna take whatever you want and do whatever you want. I guarantee you that. Look, why you carry a gun? What happened yesterday? That can happen anywhere, anytime, any place, apparently. I ain't going out like no sucker. It's mind-boggling to me. Absolutely fucking mind-boggling to me the way these goddamn kids act these days. And I'll be 100% honest with you. Before the question even comes up, I have no idea the race of these kids that were involved in this situation yesterday. Nor do I fucking care. The fact is, the 13-year-old lost his life over some dumb shit. More than likely. At 13 years old, what's so pressing in your life? Not a damn thing. Y'all want to act grown. Y'all want to act like you ain't got no fucking sense. Well, now you have to pay the consequences. And they're fortunate because had they just been a year older in the state of Ohio, they could be tried as an adult. But because they're under the age of 14, they can't be tried as an adult, as they should be, though. So give them a couple years. They'll be back out on the streets doing the same dumb shit, and until they're put in a body bag by somebody else, or whatever the case may be. Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, they'll be out on the street. Not unfortunately that they'll be put in a body bag. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Yeah, I sound heartless. So life's not easy. Life's not fair. We all make our own choices and make our own decisions. And then we have to deal with the consequences of those decisions that we make. You can either make the right choices or you can make the wrong choices. It's like that old what was that old what was that old game show? What was it? Um, let's make a deal. Do you want behind door number 1 or door number 2? I know you're talking about the insurrection. The name Ashley Babbitt does not ring a bell. Is that the lady who died or whatever? Napoleon blown. Nice name. Nice name. I like that. No, and it's not even a political thing on how I stand. It's just trying to be a fucking decent human being. I know I'm not a good person by no means. I'm an asshole. I'm fine with that. I'm good with that. But I'm not out here robbing people's shit. I'm not out here stealing people's shit. I'm not out here gunning innocent people down in the streets. I go to work, pay my taxes. Not willingly, but I pay my taxes. um, I take care of my family and I try to do what's right. But like I said, why do you carry a gun? Because I ain't gonna be a statistic. I ain't going out like that. Can't trust nobody. The streets are crazy these days. That name doesn't ring a bell. Let me look it up here real quick. But I don't. I don't. Okay, yeah, all right. No, exactly. She fucked around and she found out. I don't follow. I my I'm not a complete dummy when it comes to politics. I just don't follow them. I don't follow them on purpose. It's all the same. It's a merry-go-round. It doesn't matter left, right, red, blue, Democrat, Republican. It's a merry-go-round. They say the same goofy ass shit. They flip flop all the time. Very scary times we live in. Unfortunately, very very scary times. Like I said, the world's going to hell in a handbasket, and America itself is an absolute. Don't get me wrong. I love my country. I love being an American. Um, always have, always will. But our country's a goddamn dumpster fire right now. Yeah, with the division and the separation and everything else, and in the media and the politicians continuously feed into it and add fuel to the fire, and black versus white, trans versus homosexual, women versus men, blah 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 blah. It's like Jesus Christ, and it's the stupid people that are buying into it, and they throw the gasoline on the fire, but you got these ignorant ass motherfuckers that are like, just keep the flames going. It blows my mind. Yeah, this country has fought for so long to have unity and everything like that, and over the course of the last maybe 10 years, it's back to segregation at this point. It's like, damn, like, all these people from the past, and like, did all this shit to create a way of life for people like that, and y'all going backwards. Y'all motherfuckers are going backwards. We're on the verge of another civil war. History repeating itself. Well, it's not going to be like a North versus South thing. It's going to be goofy ass woke liberals versus goofy ass crazy right wing nutbags. Only difference is the crazy right wing nutbags, they like guns, and woke liberals are going to throw dildos at you, and their army hats are going to be vagina hats. And then the people with fucking sense in their head are just going to get involved, and then they're just going to wipe everybody out. It's a mess, I tell you. It's a goddamn mess. It's a mess, mess, mess. I just want to be left alone. Leave me alone. Let me go to work. Let me make my money. Earn my little bit of scratch. Pay my bills. Take care of my significant other. Just leave me alone. like like Charlie Daniels once said, just leave this long-haired country boy alone. Don't care. Don't want to hear about it. Don't want to be in it. Don't want to be involved. Just don't care. Just leave me alone. Don't come knocking on my door looking for trouble, because you will find it all day, every day. If you come to my door, I'm not out there making trouble. Glick State of the Union. 2028, Glick for president. Vote for me. First thing I do. These are promises that I'm going to make and I can keep. First thing I do, I take warning labels off of everything. Survival of the fittest, Darwinism at its finest. And then all you keyboard warriors, we track you down, throw you in a cage with whoever you're talking shit to because you're not so tough when the keyboard's not in front of your face, and give you guys 5 minutes. Whatever happens, happens. Murderers, murderers, and pedophiles. Once you're found guilty, gone. If you're a thief, chopping your hands off, bringing back old school tactics. Make people think twice. One of the radio shows I listened to on 102.5 The Bone, station based out of Tampa, but their midday show, a couple guys out of New York, they were talking. One guy was in New York this weekend. He was talking on the show today about, crime is running rampant up there, and the drug problem up there is insane right now, to the point where you're literally, whatever this new drug is that everybody's on, it's literally melting their skin off of their bodies, and it's like a flesh eating virus. And he's like, we came out of, I think he said Broadway, and or wherever they were downtown New York, high class area, I guess you could say. These are fucking junkies all over the fucking sidewalk, all in the alleys. They're just hunched over, and the fucking skin's melting off of their faces and their arms. It's like, jeez Louise, man. You can't even go to the high class, fancy ends of New York. But well, according to a New Yorker, a guy who actually lives there. I mean, I don't live there. I don't know. He said it's absolutely out of control, and the mayor, what's his name, De Blasio or whatever the fuck his name is, has completely handcuffed the police to where they can't even do anything. So that's why it's happening. I'm not there. That's like right from the mouth of a New Yorker, and what he's seen this past weekend. Not to mention what they see on the news on a daily basis and shit like that. We talked about that not too long ago. I think it was last Monday we were talking about the fentanyl and shit like that. Yeah, we did, because we talked about the guy who sold the drugs to the actor who was in The Wire. Got sentenced last week, and because he sold him heroin or something that was laced with fentanyl. That's the other thing, man. Drugs are. I mean, I understand the addiction, and I understand once it grabs a hold of you, it's tough to shake. I get that, but some of these drugs, it's one of those things where I'll never understand what possesses somebody to go down that road and be like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go shoot heroin into my veins. What up, go how? At the end of the day. Yeah, I'm not in New York. Just based off of what a New Yorker said and what he sees on a daily basis, and especially what he's seen this weekend.
Hey boys, look what I got here. Hey, where are the white women at?
Walk in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Golf, I think Tony's going to join that league. Hopefully we'll have hopefully we'll be able to fill it up. But I don't know, man. That's a question you got to ask him. I was making fun of him at the beginning of the show with his. It was live yesterday. Well, I know everything there is to know. Blah blah blah. But yeah, no. The police can't police the loony. At this point in time, as far as America goes, man, the inmates have taken over. The inmates are running the asylum anymore, man. There's no control. I just had to get my final thoughts out there. Yeah, Sunday, 3 p.m. I just got to fill a couple more rosters. I think Brian said he was interested. Cam said he wanted to be in, but now his goofy ass acts like he doesn't speak English every time I bring it up to him. Tony said he was going to be, and I dropped the link in our group chat that we have. They got me. The government's trying to shut me down. They're trying to censor me. Say I'm talking too much. I'm making too much sense. The man has a point. We got to shut him down right now. Haha, fuckers, I got to back up. You can't stop me. It's pirate radio, you bitches. I won't be stopped. I'm a straight rider. You can't deny it. You don't want to fuck with me? I wouldn't say that. Not these days. Guys. You got certain areas like fucking Chicago and Baltimore and shit like that. I mean, it's a fucking war zone in some of those areas. Some areas of California and shit like that, man. It's a goddamn legit war zone. All right, let's try this. And we're back. The AI is taking over. A little Glick glitch, if you will. Well, anymore, I mean, heart attacks and health issues used to be for, people who were overweight and didn't eat right and this, that, and the other thing. And we got people falling out that are in perfect fucking shape, man, athletes and stuff like that. They're just falling out, man. I mean, look at what happened to Damar Hamlin last year, the Buffalo Bills. That freak thing. LeBron James's son, he what, cardiac arrest or something like that. He's just a young kid, man, and he's an athlete. So, just recently, if you're a wrestling fan, Bray Wyatt, he was only 36 years old. No, he wasn't. You know, the definition of in shape or anything like that. But he was an athlete nonetheless. Um, Not to mention these kids, these 18, 19, 17-year-old kids falling out from cardiac arrest and shit like that. I don't drink Red Bull. I don't drink many energy drinks, actually. I had to get away from them. I didn't like the jitters, and I didn't like the crash. But I think I found an answer to that. One of our sponsors, Dubby, they got a pretty good energy drink. It's a powdered energy drink that you mix with water. Got all kinds of good vitamins and shit in it. There's no jitters, no crash. I'm actually so far impressed, and they got a lot of really good flavors. It doesn't taste like ass, like Red Bull and Monster and all that other shit. No, they're not screened commonly, and that's what I heard about Bronny James, is that they found out that he had some kind of heart defect. Oh, dude, there is no doubt in my mind that energy drinks cause health problems. I used to drink Monster, and the biggest problem with Monster was, you drink one, and then like an hour or two later, you're crashing hard, and you'd have to drink another one. But by the time you drink your second one, I could literally feel my heart going, you know. And then I was drinking Amp, which is by Mountain Dew. It didn't affect me quite the same as Monster, but there was no crash, but it wasn't enough of a pickup. So as I said, this new our sponsor Dubby, I've been impressed with it so far. I can have one in the morning and I'm good to go all day. No jitters, no crash, and like I said, the flavors are actually really good. I had one today. It was called what the hell was it called? Dragonade. It was a dragon fruit and lemonade, strawberry lemonade or something like that. Oh my god, it was delicious. So many athletes that would be drafted find the heart defects and they can get a contract. Yeah, well, that's what that's what they found out later. That's what speaking of wrestlers, that's what happened to Roman Reigns. He was originally signed by the Minnesota Vikings, and then like in their preseason physicals or whatever, found out that he had leukemia. That's why he never played professional football. But I mean, that you would think that with everything that's happened in the last couple of years, with pre-existing heart defects or this, that, or the other thing, even it might not be a bad idea if that's something that they look for. I don't know how easy it would be to do in high school, but I would imagine the amount of money that colleges get and have, it could be something that they could add into their I just brain farted all over this goddamn podcast. Physical. Their physicals when they come into play. Maybe that may be something that they can look into doing and try to catch some of this stuff sooner rather than later when it's something tragic's happened. Well, I think Bray had a lot of other issues too. He had some stuff that lingering from COVID, and because he had gotten COVID, and he had some other issues as well. But he definitely had heart issues. So, damn shame though. He was super young. But to protect our athletes and just across the board. I mean, basketball, baseball, whatever the case may be. Not protect our athletes. That came out wrong. But protect our kids. Pre-screening or something like that. I'm no doctor. I don't know the ins and outs. I'm not going to pretend like I do. But maybe there's something that they can do to catch this stuff sooner and be more aware. I know LeBron's getting involved with something after everything that happened to his son. And Bronny's supposed to be back on the court, so we'll see what happens there. Hopefully he does. I mean, wish nothing but the best for the kid. Hopefully he stays healthy and he's able to play. Just as a basketball fan in general, I would love to see him and LeBron get the opportunity to play together. I think that'd be really cool. Like one season. I don't need to see them play like 10 seasons together. But again, I don't know. I'm just I'm a building doctor. I'm not a human doctor. I'm just a guy who takes care of buildings. What the hell do I know about doctor shit? Lord knows I don't take the greatest care of myself, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do at the end of the day? What are we going to do? But like I said, there's got to be something that can be done to protect the kids that are athletes and coming up, because these kids are, we'll call them young men and women who are coming up and they think they're doing right. They're taking care of their bodies. They're exercising. I don't know many teenage boys that eat right. Let's be honest, because most of us, when we're teenage boys, and we're human garbage disposals when we're in our teens, because we're hitting those growth spurts and we're just eating everything in fucking sight. So probably not eating the greatest, but they're trying to take care of you. Obviously, they're exercising, they're in sports and stuff like that, and they're just whatever the case may be. Some people want to blame the vaccine. Some people want to blame vaccinations in general. But something's changed in the last couple generations, because kids aren't built like we were. And it's a goddamn shame. Oh, let's see here. We're coming up on a breaky poo. I've heard that. And Napoleon, I'm assuming you're not in America. Just based off of a couple comments, I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, please correct me. We were talking about this, and I brought it up a couple weeks ago. It's funny how we're only a couple months away from elections. We got all the shit going on with Trump right now. Convenient timing, I guess. And now the whole COVID cases are ramping back up again. There might be another lockdown. It's in November. We vote for a new president. I think it's November. Yeah, something like that. Yes, November. Awfully convenient timing. Again, I'm no expert. I'm just a skeptic. I am just a skeptic. It just seems real convenient for one particular side. But no, I'm not conspiracy guy. Oh, shit, excuse me. I am not conspiracy guy. We'll leave that up to the professionals, Jeff and Tony. Sounded like one of my damn kids was about to come through the fucking ceiling. I think it's that one, and then that one. All right. But I'm going to take a real quick break before we go to break, as I was just speaking, I was talking about W Energy. It's a powdered energy drink that you mix in with about 20 ounces of water. Mix it all up. Get you energized and focused for the day. There's no jitters. There's no crash. Got you some good vitamins in that bad boy. And brain farted all over the place again. And they come in a lot of great flavors. So the question I have to ask you, are you ready to wage war on big energy? Well, go ahead and join the W team and go to w.gg. Get your order today. Use our promo code. Words are hard and save you some money and get energized. And with that being said, I'm going to play a little Blacktop Mojo. You guys can check out Blacktop Mojo wherever you stream music and on all social media at Blacktop Mojo. Go show the guys some love. Wish Matt a happy belated birthday and tell him that we sent you. And I'll be right back. Napoleon, I'm going to address that when I come back because you're right on my next thought.
Inside on the outside, dead, dumb and tongue-tied. Oh, hey there, young man, what's wrong with you now? You're sitting silent, you don't make a sound. Longing for one time, her eyes might meet mine. Oh, she looks up in here and smiles so bright. She never saw me as they both went by. Jealousy, it's killing me. I'm drinking poison, hoping I don't choke. Across the room, I feel so alone now. Jealousy, why can't she see? Why held not me? Oh, they dance round the room and she opened close. If I think it loud enough, do you think she'll know? Jealousy, it's killing me. I'm drinking poison, hoping not to choke. Across the room, I feel so alone now. Jealousy, jealousy. Every night I see his blood there in my dreams. 1,000 times now that I've murdered him in make-believe, eaten alive by these desires that I hold deep. The The ache that lingers on and on and on and just won't leave.
Yeah, they're a little Black Top Mojo with their song Jealousy. Welcome back to Nonsensical Nonsense, everybody. I'm Glick, rocking this bitch solo. It's become a Monday staple. I'm getting pretty good at this, if I do say so myself. Thank you guys for hanging out, and see you in the chatters box. If you're not already, go ahead and check us out on all social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, now X, and TikTok. You can also join us live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, 7:15-ish, somewhere in that area. On YouTube, we're on Twitch as well. And if you can't join us live, go ahead and check us out anytime, any place on Zencaster and everywhere you listen to podcasts at, like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, basically anywhere and everywhere. We're there. Just simply type into your Google box, Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast. We're the first thing that pops up. Give us a follow. Give us a listen. And if you'd be so kind, give us a share. Anywho, we're talking conspiracies and we're talking crazy, because the world as a whole is going to hell in a handbasket. But specifically, America seems to be right now, and I'm saying this as somebody who loves my country and loves being an American, it seems to be a bit of a dumpster fire. Let's be honest, shall we? It really is. It's so much craziness going on with the separation and the division and the corruption, from local all the way up to full on governmental politicians and everything like that, and businesses, and it's just a fucking, oh my God, it's maddening as hell. Ugh. Anywho, so we're talking about that. And right before we went to break, Napoleon over here in the comments, Napoleon blown up RT. Like the name, still. Added in, just like the wildfires. Funny how they've appeared. Not only funny how they've just appeared, but how almost like they were being guided, or they were mapped out, or, again, I'm not a conspiracy guy, but, I can, I don't have blinders on either. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not over here just with blinders on. I can't see anything from my peripheral, or, to the left or right. There is something a little bit suspicious how, what happened in Maui and it's happened in other places like Australia. Fucking California's on fire every year. We're kind of over that. It is what it is. California is just hating itself and just doing whatever it can to destroy itself. Even the people themselves are trying to destroy. Mother Nature hates you. Your own people hate you. Just go away, California. At this point, just go away. But even Canada, as I like to call it, Cantonadia, with the wildfires they had up there not too long ago. It's mind-boggling to me, because I say it a lot. I might not be the smartest guy in the world. I might not be the smartest guy in the world, but I'm not the dumbest guy in the world either. I was born at night, but not last night. And I mean, it's easy. I know how fires burn. I've had enough bonfires and 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 been a part of um, brush burns and stuff like that. If it gets out of control, it gets out of control. It's literally taking everything with it. It's not gonna go, well, we'll go over here and go around. It's like, oh, we see your nice house here. Let's go over here and burn these houses. And then we'll come back around and burn the rest of the houses on the street, but not yours. It's generally not how it works. It's taking everything with it at the end of the day. So that's the crazy thing about fire. Does whatever the fuck it wants. So yeah, it's a little suspect, especially in Maui. It was a little suspect. Again, I'm not a conspiracy guy. I'm not gonna, go, oh my god, the Chinese have a laser beam, a freaking laser beam, and they were just zapping it down on certain spots. Like, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. This section's safe. You're gone. It don't make any sense, but something, you know. I would love to get a buddy of mine on who actually fights wildfires, um, and ask his opinion of it and see what he thinks at the end of the day. Because I'm sure he knows more about control burns than, well, I know he does, than I do. I mean, he's like a third or fourth generation uh, that fights wildfires and stuff like that. So just, it seems a little controlled more than anything else. It's kind of like all these goofy ass. I mean, you might hear it was like with the whole train derailment shit that was going on. Go years and years, and you might hear a random train derailment here and there. But what was there, like 3 or 4 of them in a month span, all from the same company? Like a dog, make your ears perk up and go, something's not, the math ain't mathing here. Something, 1 plus 1 is not equaling 2 in this equation. The more I talk, the crazier I sound. I really might be a conspiracy guy. Maybe I need some aluminum foil. But that was a little too suspicious in my mind as well. The multiple train derailments and all that crazy shit didn't make any sense to me. And then it goes away as fast as it happens. I'm in Ohio, and since the initial 2 weeks of that train derailment in Palestine, whatever, East Palestine, whatever the hell. After the first couple of weeks, it just kind of went away. How does something like that just go away? Again, I'm an Ohio guy, and we ain't hearing shit about it. We ain't heard shit about it in months. So, go back to what I'm saying. The math ain't mathing, man. Come on, man. This shit don't make no sense. I know there's other. I know there's people out there that believe me, or they don't have to believe me, but they agree with me. They agree with me. Shit don't add up. And that's kind of how I feel with this whole COVID situation now. It's ramping up. COVID's coming back. We're all going to be locked down. Well, when the initial COVID hit and they locked down, I didn't change my daily lifestyle at all. I delivered auto parts. I drove all over the state of Ohio, from northern Ohio, southern Ohio, and everywhere in between. In and out of businesses, in and out of truck stops. I'd go to the grocery store. I wasn't a mask guy. I'm not going to wear a mask. You're infringing on my constitutional rights, you some bitches. I was like, I'm just not going to wear a mask. But if somebody asks me to, if I'm in the grocery store, I'll put a mask on. I'm not going to sit here and fight with you. It's not worth it. I'm going to be in here for 10 minutes. It's not that big of an inconvenience. And yes, you people who fight about wearing a mask, you're assholes. I'm not wearing a mask. Well, you're an asshole. That's all it is at the end of the day. You're just an asshole. It's not hurting you. It's not doing anything to you. It's not even that big of an inconvenience to you. Shut the fuck up. Then you people who push masks on people, you're assholes too. Shut the fuck up. Because them goofy ass gaiters that we were wearing and them goofy ass masks that you guys were buying from your local Etsy dealer or your local crafty stay at home mom were not protecting you from the COVID. It was just idiots. Anyways, the fuck was I talking about? The fuck am I even talking about right now? But yeah, so I didn't change my life. I didn't change my daily habits. I didn't, and I guess some people might say I was lucky. Some people might say I was fortunate. Some might say, see, we told you, COVID wasn't even real. COVID was real. I agree. But I don't think it was as bad as they made it out to be. It's just going to affect everybody differently. Jeff got COVID like 27 times. One of my co-hosts on here. One time he got COVID. His doctor told him he had to shave his beard because COVID was living his beard. What did he do? He shaved his fucking beard off. All you have to do is wash your beard. Wash your face. Wash your hands. Watch your ass. Wash your ass, like Tony D says, motherfuckers. You dirty sons of bitches. Wash your ass. But that's exactly how it's going to be again this time. I ain't changing my life. I'm going to go to work every day. Probably be some dead-ass buildings. Ain't going to be no traffic on the road. I wasn't mad about that. I actually quite enjoyed that. Just kind of low-key chilling. Just shit. But Tony's talked about on the show he had COVID, and he's got some stuff going on with his health that he feels is directly related to his COVID. Who am I to argue with him? His body. He's the one that had COVID. He's the one dealing with the shit. So, it's just one of those things. It affects everybody differently. I've seen people get it and not show any symptoms. Not even get sick. And I've known people that have gotten it and they've been laid up for 3 weeks or ended up in a fucking hospital. I don't, I think to a certain degree you could say it was an easy virus to ignore, but I mean, it wasn't ignored. I mean, it changed a lot of how we do things. Even to this day, a lot of companies are perfectly fine with having their employees work from home if you have that type of job. Because why? It saves them money. They're not paying for a building to put their employees in. They're not paying for the utilities. They're not paying all these bills. The work has stayed the same. They've stayed productive. They've been able to work from home and not lose money in the company. They've continued to grow as a company. So it's a win-win for these business owners. Yeah, is it nice to have everybody in the office? But you jump on something like this and do a fucking Zoom meeting and have your whole office staff right there from the comfort of their own homes as long as they're doing their job. I think it's affecting buildings. You see these new buildings going up, but then they sit empty because they can't get anybody to lease the buildings out or rent the properties or rent the floors or whatever you want to call it. Because they're like, all of our employees work from home. Why are we going to pay X amount of dollars to rent a space? And then if there's a property management company, you got to pay X amount of dollars to them. And Then you got your utilities included and this, that, and the other thing. Why? Shit, if I was a business owner and I was making money and my employees were staying productive and doing their job, shit, I'd buy them a fucking computer for their house. So I knew they had what they needed to do the job. I don't think people reacted very well, though. That's the thing. You seen the quote unquote uptick with mental health issues. People just, and some people's home lives are not that great, and that going to school and going to work is like an escape from the terrible things going on inside their home, which is sad. So I don't think civilians, or whatever you want to say, I don't think it was handled very well. And wasn't it in some countries, I think like my buddy Mark, he's over in the UK. He said like you guys were on like lockdown, or he was on like lockdown. They were allowed outside of their houses for like a couple hours a day, like go to the grocery, go to the drugstore, whatever they had to do, and then they that was just locked down. And like Australia was kind of similar the same way. I mean, it's not good to lock people inside their houses and not give them an outlet. But hopefully, with that outbreak, the powers to be have a better plan this time around, because it did hurt a lot of people financially. I was fortunate that I was able to stay working during the time, but there was people that weren't. And if you're not making money, you can't pay your bills. And unfortunately, fucking electric company, they don't want to hear COVID and I'm not working. They don't give a fuck. Your gas companies, they don't give a fuck. They did put in protection policies for renters, as far as, landlords and stuff like that, not collecting or being able to do this, that, and the other thing. But if I'm a homeowner and a bank says, I don't care that you're not working, you're not paying your fucking mortgage, get the fuck out. What are you going to do? I mean, yeah, there was protections and stuff like that put in, but that's only going to last while it's there. But when you come back and they're like, you were protected for the last year, but you're 12 months behind. We want our money now. If you deal with dickheads, now you might get the cool people that are going to understand, but then what do you do? Then you come back from COVID trying to get a job. If you're trying to get a job, because there's still people out there that just flat out fucking refuse to work. Ain't nothing wrong with them other than just fucking being lazy. I see it on a day-to-day basis, man. I talk to contractors and this, that, and the other thing, and they're like, yeah, we'll get you on the schedule, but we're booked way out because we ain't got no staff. We're not taking on new customers, but we're trying to stay loyal to our current customers and take care of them, but we don't have no staff. We're so far behind. We should have 6 guys. We got 3. Or we got 2 guys doing the work of 6. And those poor bastards are getting worked to death. But I don't understand the people that there ain't nothing wrong with you and you ain't working. What's the cheat code there? Because if I decide not to work, I'm going to be living out. I'm not even going to be living in my car because I won't even be able to make my car payment. Go take that shit. I'll be sleeping on a park bench somewhere. How do you just choose not to work? And I sure as fucking taking government assistance, because you ain't putting me in none of these shithole Section 8s or anything like that. Now, I'm not saying all Section 8 is shitholes, but unfortunately, depending on where you are or where you're located at, a good chunk of them are some shithole places. I ain't living there and I ain't making my kids live there, but yeah, I mean, it's a whole ass mess, man. A whole ass full on mess. at the end of the day. It's damn shame. Perfectly good, able-bodied people able to work and sitting at home not doing shit. Got these goofy-ass bitches. That's like West Virginia 4 on OnlyFans begging for money. Bitch, you ain't even good looking. You little ass. Shut up. Porn is free. Shit, I have an OnlyFans. I forget about that bitch half the damn time. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I got an OnlyFans. I forget about that damn thing half the time. My fiance brought it up to me the other day. She was like, "Hey, you should probably pay more attention to your OnlyFans." I was like, "Yeah, well, I forgot. I forget about it half the time. I got too much other shit going on." So, but I'm also not out there begging for money either. I'm like, "Hey, it's there if you want to go look, I guess, but if you don't want to, that's cool." I ain't mad at you people on OnlyFans making money. Good for you. At least you're doing something, I guess. But some of you shouldn't be there. I shouldn't be there. But again, I'm not making it my whole personality and my whole life. But no, hopefully, if there is another outbreak, hopefully this time around it'll be handled. It'll be handled better by the powers to be, and all that jazz. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. Probably not. It'll probably be another shit show. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Shit. I don't even know where to go from here at this point. Full on conspiracy theory, crazy ranting and raving for the last hour and some change. It's not typically my forte. It's not typically what I do. But I'm not telling people how to think. You guys are more. That's a great thing about being human, man. Free will. You guys can have your own opinions and think however you want to think. This is just my personal thoughts and feelings, my opinions. Because believe it or not, I know a lot of people don't think this way or don't think this, but believe it or not, we are allowed to have our own individual opinions. I'm just saying. I know it's a shocker. Some of you may be hearing this for the first time, and I don't believe it, Glick. Well, it's true. We are allowed to have our own opinions, and we can still be friends if we don't have the same opinions. Did you know that, ladies and gentlemen? Despite what the social medias tell you, despite what the news tells you, or any of that stuff, you don't have to think just like me for us to be friends. That's what makes us great. Individuality. No mob mentality. That's the problem. That's part of the other problem. Mob mentality. You get a bunch of fucking assholes together, and all of a sudden they think that they're the only people that matter, and their opinion's the only one that matter. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. Some people stink. Most people stink. Nonetheless, I digress. Etc. 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 I've been told I'm a very opinionated motherfucker. I am. So the difference between me and most people is I speak my mind. I don't have my keyboard clickety click. I have my camera and my microphone. Always right here for anybody who wants to take part in a banter. Doors always open here at Nonsensical Nonsense. The more, the merrier, in my opinion. Anyways. I feel like we all just need a breather. Trying to give myself a headache. God damn. Holy smokes. Sorry for all the filibuster, ladies and gentlemen. All the filibustering. Filibustering. In lighter news, let's cleanse the palate a little bit, shall we? Oh, got a whole lot of deaths in this past week or so. Thank goodness we didn't lose another one. Is Elton John knighted? Is Elton John, he's Sir Elton John, isn't he? He's knighted, right? I think he is. I know Anthony Hopkins is. Paul McCarthy as well. But I think Elton John's knighted. Anywho. Elton John spent the night in Monica Hospital after he fell at his villa in Nice Sunday. That's a hell of a name for a place, I guess. Yeah, maybe that's just the name of his villa. But Elton was taken to the orthopedic department of the Princess Grace Hospital Center in Monaco, where he was treated for the minor injuries. Doesn't really say what happened other than the fact that he just kind of slipped and fell. Hopefully he'll seems to be all right. He'll recover okay, which is good. I like Elton John. Hell of a singer, hell of a showman. The guy, say what you will, but all the flash and the charisma and the bedazzled costumes and everything else. He's a hell of a showman. I've never seen him in concert. I wouldn't mind, but I think he just finished his farewell tour. Heard that before. I'm talking to you, Kiss. Just hang it up. You fucking jack-offs. Goddamn Kiss. We've been on a farewell tour since 1995. Anywho. But kind of mad at this newspaper because they put the article, "The I'm Still Standing." The man just took a fall, and that's the song you choose. Come on. Was discharged following some checkups, and according to a spokesman, he is now at home and in good health. Goes on, blah, blah, blah. John just finished his farewell Yellow Brick Road tour, so good for Elton John. Not good that he fell and got hurt, but good for Elton John that he's okay. Good on his ass. I'm glad he fell, son of a bitch. Oh, where the hell was it at? Over and now I got that fucking song stuck in my head. I'm still standing. Gotta get away from the crazy. We gotta get away from the fuck was that? Gotta get away from the crazy. Gotta get away from the politics. Gotta get away from the conspiracies. Making my head hurt. Let's get into some other shit, shall we? Let's just keep it rolling this way. We're supposedly over in France. They're I don't know what the conversion is, but supposedly they're spending like 200 million euros to destroy wine. The French government announced that it'll. Hey, look, they put it right there in the article. I should have read ahead a little bit and not look like a fucking idiot. But, anyways, the French government announced that it'll spend 200 million euros, roughly about 216 million American dollars, to destroy surplus of wine to help shore up falling prices, a drop in demand, and an oversupply that has hit producers hard. Are they? Before I ask questions, let me read. Let me continue this before I ask, because I'm going to get to my answers question or my questions answered. My answers question. Yes, words are hard, ladies and gentlemen. Winemakers in the famed regions of Bordeaux and Europeans, bear with me, and especially the French. Languedoc, maybe Linguandoc. Anyways, have struggled with persistence after effects of the pandemic. And here we go. We're right back at the pandemic. I tried to get away from it, and we're right back there again. Is it cold out?
It started to get cold.
Yeah.
So Jeff, Tony, and Roman's getting it on?
Yeah. Jeff's not on Mondays.
I keep forgetting that.
Every Monday, I tell you that. Jeff's not here on Mondays.
What about Tony?
Tony, currently, I think he's still working swing shifts. He's working like second shift or something like that. So like 3 to 11 or some shit like that. Middle of the day to the night.
So he doesn't get off, he doesn't get home till the podcast is ending.
Yep. You need to take a shower, do your homework, eat if you need to eat. Good.
Yeah,
let me shirt say.
Why don't you wear it?
Yeah, it's dark out. Let me guess, Homer. I can see the window out in the kitchen, crackhead. Like I said, you need to eat, do your homework if you got any. What?
I already ate.
Okay, well, do your homework and take a shower.
Okay.
Okay?
Can I have a snack?
After you take a shower and do your homework. Or while you're doing your homework. But take a shower.
I don't know.
My apologies. A dad's job is never done, ladies and gentlemen. Even when I'm in the middle of the show. Anywho, the winemakers have struggled with the persistent after effects of the pandemic, changing customer taste away from wine and towards craft beers. Interesting. I don't think the pandemic had anything to do with that. I just think that wine was always like them snooty, pompous jackasses. That was always that kind of a drink. And now you start to see more of the snooty, pompous jackasses think all of a sudden they're beer experts because they drink a fucking blueberry and cherry IPA. You're just a fucking twat, is what you are. Well. Look who shows up. My name is Glickius, Aritimus, Decimus, Maximus, father of a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife. Twat. Look, you say it your way, I say it my way. God damn it. But and of course the cost of living crisis plaguing the industry. It just really sounds like the wine industry is just going to hell in a handbasket. I've never liked wine, so I can't really speak on wine. I think it all tastes the exact same, and it's all really bitter. But I was looking to see if this money was going to go to the vineyards or not. But it really, honestly, it doesn't say, because you'd think like these vineyards are going to take one hell of a fucking hit. $216 million worth of wine that they got to destroy because of sales being down and a couple other various factors. But again, I don't know anything about wine. I don't drink the shit. And if I did drink the shit, I'd probably drink it out of a fucking box from Walmart. Let's be honest. I'll stick with my Miller Lite and be happy. At the end of the day. Like I said, the only people that I've ever seen drink wine outside of like my ex-wife and a couple of our friends were just arrogant twats. Hopefully I got that right that time. Pompous, arrogant twats. Twats. Oh, Leggy, that'd be a good question. I asked a question earlier. That's a good question for you. And I think I know the answer to it, but I'm not 100% sure. Elton John was knighted, wasn't he? Isn't he Sir Elton John now? I know like Anthony Hopkins was, and I think Paul McCarthy was too, or McCarthy, or whatever the fuck you want to call him. I don't know. Just know he was a Beatle and married a one-legged woman. Or was married to a one-legged woman.
Dad,
Huh?
can I do? Because there's one I want to do when I go to bed. It's right on the cover with a flashlight.
How about you take your cookies, you get a blanket and a flashlight, and you read now. Do you have a flashlight?
Yeah.
Which one? Okay. Got one. See if you got red light special. Oh God, don't have anything on it right now. Well. It doesn't even work, Pedro.
It just. Oh, there we go.
All right. You want this one?
Or use that one.
If you got something that you can put some. Well, I don't want that in here. If you got a magnet or something, you can like hang it on it. And now it's on. It's flashing red. Holy shit. I did not know that. There's a little tidbit of history for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure some of you guys know this. I didn't know the exact date. 60 years ago today, August 28th, 1963, some 250,000 people stood in the summer sun to hear a pastor from Georgia speak. Now, I would ask you guys who that pastor from Georgia was that they stood in the hot summer sun to hear speak. But I know there's a lot of a delay, and I don't have my co-host here with me to answer that question. But tell the world about his dream for the future of his country. The one and only Dr. Martin Luther King's speech was 60 years ago today. I did not know that. It is the centennial year of the proclamation, or the Emancipation Proclamation, and the Martin Luther King was leading the march on Washington for jobs and freedoms. Wow. This article says it's been 60 years since King gave his dream speech. Here's what he said then. Wow. That is something else. And boom, MLK. Boom goes the dynamite. Okay, I thought it was Sir Elton John. You know, this goes back to what I said earlier. 60 years ago today, that man stood up in front of 250,000 people and gave his I Have a Dream speech. King was set to, the last speaker of the day was King, was set to give a 4-minute speech to address the economic and employment inequalities. Instead, he delivered one of the most quoted speeches the world would ever hear, defining the goals of the civil rights movement in the late 50s and 60s. We do have, well, and I was talking about this a little bit earlier, not realizing I was going to go down this road with Dr. King. But in framing his dream of a future where all God's children, black men and white men and Jews and Gentiles, prostitutes, Protestants, words are hard, ladies and gentlemen, and Catholics would be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank you, God Almighty, we're free at last. But here's the thing. 60 years ago, that man stood up in front of all those people in that hot, hot summer sun, because down in Georgia, late August, it's hot as fuck, ladies and gentlemen. It's hot as fuck down there. Yeah, what are you going to do? I mean, prostitutes aren't allowed to be hand in hand. Protestants. But, and here we are, 60 years later. We'll reach around from what I was talking earlier. 60 years later. And people want separation and segregation. They want their own colleges, their own this, their own that. And I'm the people that everybody, and I'm not saying black or white, I'm just saying people in general, the LGBTQ, the trans, the this, the that, the furries, like division and separation, something that so many people fought so hard for so many years to get away from. Here we are 60 years later, demanding it. What kind of crazy, don't make any sense. Prostitutes, Protestants, same difference. Yeah, same thing, whatever. People want division and separation. When 60 years ago, all anybody wanted was to destroy those barriers and take that shit away and not separate and segregate people. That is so fucking insane to me right now. It is mind-boggling. And that is America, ladies and gentlemen. I can't speak for other countries. I ain't never been to them. I don't know a whole lot about them. But that is America in a nutshell. It is a vicious circle. And we are bound to repeat ourselves time and time and time and time again. I'll be right here, still ranting and raving. I'm on a whole lot of bullshit tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That I did not realize that today was the anniversary of Dr. King's speech. That's pretty cool. But Lord have mercy. Glick, why do you drink? Well, pick yourself up a copy of Why Glick Drinks. Get the whole series. I'm working on book 15 now. Lord have mercy. What do you, I mean, like, and that's the other part of the problem. Our educational systems in America. Teachers are just teaching whatever they want. They're making up history at this point. They are you are not done reading. What did you read? They are making up their own curriculum as they go and making up their own history. They're taking parts of history out that they don't want to talk about. They're adding parts that never happened. They're doing this, they're doing that. And these dumbass kids don't know any fucking better. This younger generation don't fucking know any better. What's that saying about history? If we don't learn from it, we're bound to repeat it. I can't make this shit up, people. I can't make this shit up. I really can't. I can't.
It's right here.
Where did you read from? What did you read from here? What did you read from 2 pages back?
No.
Are there chapters in this book?
Right from here.
You didn't read. You read all that and that fast? How about you read page 30? I'm impressed if he read all that fast, but geez, Louise. Oh my God. People make my head hurt. People make my head hurt. I tried to get away. I tried to get out. And then it pulled me back in. I said, I'm going to cleanse the palate. We're going to get away from the crazy. We're going to get away from all that goofy ass fucking talk. And I seen something that I thought was cool. And I was like, this is cool. Let's. And they brought me back in. They said, we're not done with you, Glick. Get your ass back over here. Man alive. There's no winning. There's no winning. There's no winning. There's no there's no making sense of anything anymore. The inmates have taken over the goddamn asylum, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a comic book fan, if you're a DC fan, if you're a Batman fan, you know what I'm talking about. It's just like that time that Joker took over Arkham and set everybody free, and it was just anarchy and chaos. Why a Street Fighter? Sure, why not? I've won the Street Fighter tournament a few times. Took out M. Bison, Guile, E. Honda, Ken and Ryu. There are no rules. Rule number 1 about Street Fighter: we don't talk about Street. Oh wait, that's Fight Club. My bad. No, I am not a street fighter. I am not a fighter anymore. I fought in streets, but I don't do that anymore. I'm way too old for that shit, but I'm not a street fighter. I haven't even played the video game Street Fighter in years. Although I guess the new one's supposed to be really good. Hit the first. Where are you waving to?
You.
Hit the first. Combo. A, B, up, down, left, right. Circle, X. How many times I fight it in the streets? I don't know, a lot. Not like it wasn't not sanctions fights, like real fights in the street. Or in a parking lot or whatever, bar fights, whatever. A lot in my younger days. I was a menace to society. I wasn't really a menace. I was kind of a menace, but not to society. I can't tell you an accurate number. Probably more than 50, less than 100. Somewhere in that area. I don't know. A lot. Bouts for several years at bars and clubs. So, oh yeah, I've definitely been in more than 10 fights in my life. I bounced in bars and clubs for a few years. Not always the most savory of places. But I'm no stranger to throwing hands. I just don't do it anymore. I'm too old for that shit. I got like 5 good fights left in me. I'm saving them. I guess you could say I had a lot of experiences. I mean, it's not good. I mean, I taught my kids how to defend themselves. I mean, it's not good experiences. I wouldn't recommend it. If you want to fight, then I would definitely recommend you get into like mixed martial arts or boxing or jiu-jitsu or something like that. Do it legal. Do it on the up and up. Just don't go out getting into bar fights and street fights. But I have taught my kids how to defend themselves. And I'll continue to teach them as they grow older. I'm no expert fighter by no means. I just know how to handle myself. I've done a little bit of training, but not like no expert. But like I said, I definitely have and will continue to teach my kids how to defend themselves and protect themselves. I don't want them going out picking fights with anybody. They know my rules on that. Don't start shit. You can defend yourself, and if somebody else starts it, then that's on them. But don't start shit and don't be a fucking bully. We do not do that in my house. I was never a bully, and I never started a fight. But I'll end a fight. Those days are long gone, though, Ollie. Those days are long gone, my friend. I'm more peaceful. Well, not peaceful. I'm still high, but I don't.
Because I'm such a good son and I'm your favorite. I read a little more.
You read a little more?
Yes, I read.
Well, where did you read to?
I read from where I left off.
Yeah, I know. But I told you to read to page 30.
Yeah, and then I read from here, then I read.
What page did you leave off on?
Then I read right here.
Okay, cool. Cool. Tell Nikki it's time to take her medicine.
Okay.
And then you need to get in the shower.
Okay.
Skank face. Exactly. Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. Well, not only that, but Mike Tyson said it best. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. And bullies are only going to be bullies if they have power over you at the end of the day. Let's be honest with you. The bullies are only going to bully the people they can bully. They're not going to bully somebody who's going to stand up to them and not take their shit. So, exactly. I don't want my kids walking around with I want them to have confidence, and I want them to be confident, but I don't want them to be arrogant little pricks. So, yes, if need be, they can defend themselves, and and I will say this much: I'm very fortunate. I've been very lucky, especially in this day and age, as a dad, with the way kids are these days. My kids haven't had a whole lot of problems as far as bullies go. I know my son had a problem this past summer with a kid in the neighborhood, and my son got the best of him, and he got a little butt hurt and waited until my son turned his back and snuck him and thought he was something special. And I went out and told him, I said, I'll put you two in the front yard again and let Cash wear you out again. And his mom told him she'd whoop his ass if he was out here fighting. But now they're best friends. Now they're out here. They've spent the whole summer hanging out, riding bikes and playing and stuff like that. Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, bullies. They're overcompensating. There's something wrong with their world. There's something going on in their life, and they feel the need to take out that anger and frustration on people that are weaker than them, because deep inside they're dealing with their own personal demons and whatever. But no, I just don't want my kids to be victims. I mean, even as adults, my oldest daughter will be graduating soon, and I know she's going to be on her own, and I just don't want her to be an easy target. I want her to have that confidence about herself to where she doesn't walk down the street scared because she's a girl. So, plus we also live in a state where you can open and conceal carry, and so when she does move out, her housewarming gift will be a gun from me, or her graduation present will be a gun from me. So she has it in her house to protect herself. But you notice that nowadays a lot of parents say that now we should only give love to boys, but now we should only give love to boys, but that make them grow soft, especially boys. We should give them love, but at the same time make them try the martial art. Because sometimes I don't think showing love to somebody makes anybody soft. Unfortunately, and I've talked about this on the show before, and we've talked about it several times. So it's not a problem to bring it up. But we're right up against it. We got to take a real quick break, and I do want to dive into that and continue this conversation. So if you don't mind hanging out for a few minutes, Holly, I'll address that when I come back. But we got to get a word from our sponsors in. I was just speaking on Dr. King. Today's the 60th anniversary of the I Have a Dream speech. And he did that down in Georgia in the end of August in the blistering heat. And I bet some of them people down there were not properly hydrated. Probably wish they had some liquid IV in their lives. So they were properly hydrated and they weren't out there falling out in the hot sun. Excuse me. Because as we all know, proper hydration is essential. You got to have that proper hydration. And then Liquid IV is number one in powdered hydration brand in America. Their hydration multiplier is the one product missing in your daily routine. Use it first thing in the morning before a workout, when you feel run down in the afternoon, after a night out with the friends, whatever the case may be. Just one stick can hydrate you, can hydrate real life 2 times faster than water alone, plus get all the essential vitamins, and 3 times the electrolytes as leading sports drinks. Not only that, but Liquid IV comes in 12 awesome flavors. I've tried a good chunk of them. I haven't been disappointed yet. And I also love how it comes in these convenient little packets. You can literally put them in your purse, ladies. You can put them in your pockets. You can drop them in your console in your car. Always have them on you. You just mix it with 20 ounces of water, and you're ready to go. Bada bing, bada boom. Contains 5 essential vitamins, 3 times the electrolytes, and made with quality ingredients. No GMO and free from gluten and dairy and soy. So allergies and diets and all that shit, don't even worry about it. Real people, real flavor, real hydrating. Get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use our promo code WordsAreHard at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order. When you shop Better Hydration today using promo code WordsAreHard at liquidiv.com. And you'll thank me later. I promise you. I love my Liquid IV. Absolutely do. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get you with a little bit more Blacktop Mojo because we did Jealousy earlier. And it said to be continued. I can't leave you guys hanging with a cliffhanger. So here's the second part to Jealousy. And maybe it's in here. This is Blacktop Mojo. Go ahead and check them out on all social media and everywhere you listen to music at Blacktop Mojo. Go wish Matt a happy belated birthday and tell the guys we sent you.
There's a world going round, so many secrets told. There's a whisper in my ear and everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Oh, nobody believes you. Say those are lies that you say. You can tell me the truth now, honey. Darling, I won't tell.
Hell yeah. Well, Blacktop Mojo. Great fucking song. Darling, I Won't Tell. Those videos go together. Jealousy and Darling, I Won't Tell. Back to back. Listen to them. If you missed them, check them out. It's a really cool video. Really cool concept. Shout out to those guys. I'm Glick. Welcome back to the Glick Show. I mean, Nonsensical Nonsense. Excuse me. If you're not already, go ahead and check out them socials. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, well, formerly known as Twitter, now X, and TikTok. Don't forget, you can also listen to us live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday on YouTube and Twitch, 7-ish, 7:15-ish. We normally get the show fired up. And if you can't join us live, you can listen to us anytime, any place, anywhere you listen to podcasts at, like Zencaster, Spotify, Google Play, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We're all there. Go ahead and give us a follow, give us a listen, and if you be so kind, give us a share. What's going on, Roger Simmons? Welcome back, everybody. Right before we went to break, we were conversating. We got Ali in the Ali in the comments over here, and kind of talking about teaching our kids self-defense, and we don't want them to come across weak and be bullied and this, that, and the other thing. Right before we went to break, he had made a comment. He said, "But you notice that nowadays, a lot of parents say that now we should only give love to boys, but that makes them grow soft, especially boys. We should give them love, but at the same time, make them try martial arts because sometimes we need to be tough as men." I agree 100%. I don't know about the training in martial arts. I don't agree. Let me rephrase that. I agree with the martial arts if they're interested in it. But again, that's not for them to act like a hard ass or anything like that. I don't agree with, and I don't think this is what he was saying, but that just because we show our boys love or anything like that, it's going to make them soft. I grew up in a generation, and I think there's a lot of guys that listen to this show, and I know the guys that are a part of this show, we grew up in a generation where growing up, we were taught not to show emotions. We were taught that it wasn't manly to cry. It wasn't manly to have emotions. And that in order to be a man, you had to bottle that shit up and go on with your day-to-day. And that's not healthy. Mentally, it's not healthy. Physically, it's not healthy. And I don't see anything wrong with showing our boys love. I am a father of a son. I've got a little guy. You guys have probably seen him tonight. He's popped in and out of here as he's doing his nightly routine. Came in from outside playing because that's what he does. He gets home from school and literally changes his school clothes into his play clothes, and he's gone until the lights come on, which I'm not mad about. That's awesome. Especially in a generation of kids that would rather sit on their phones or play video games or anything like that. But my son will still jump up on the couch with me, we watch a lot of Marvel movies and stuff like that together. He'll jump right up on the couch. He'll cuddle up beside me, whatever. I'm trying to choose my words wisely because, again, but I'm very affectionate towards my kids. I tell my kids every chance I get, and I love them. I give them hugs, kisses on the cheek, kisses on the forehead, whatever. If one of my girls want to come up on the rare occasion, they must be sick if they come up and snuggle up on the couch with me or whatever, I'll take full advantage of it. But, I also ask I ask the kids, but I ask my son all the time, everything good? How you feeling? What's going on? What you thinking about? What blah, blah, blah. Just to make sure he's good and let him know that, hey, something's bothering you. You can talk to me. Nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly okay to share your feelings and your emotions. I don't think that's going to make him any less of a man as he gets older. But I'm also instilling in him how to be a man as he grows up, how to treat people, how to treat women. I think as fathers, that's our goal. And with my daughters, hopefully I try to, and hopefully that they'll see this and not see this, but see it and recognize it. But I try to teach them the type of man that they should want in their life. And I think growing up, for me and my generation, we had a lot of moms raised daughters, dads raised if the dads were around, they raised sons, and that was kind of the roles. And it should be a two-party system at the end of the day. I know that I carry a lot of the weight and the burden, not a burden, but the weight on teaching my kids values and stuff like that, and that's fine with me. But I don't think that makes my son any softer or any weaker as he grows older and develops into a young man, just because I've shown him love and affection as he was growing up. I think that that's a Neanderthal way of thinking. That you can't show boys love and affection because it'll make them weak or make them soft. But at the same time, I'm also, instill them good values and a good work ethic and teach them to stand up for themselves. Teach them to defend themselves. Teach them to fight. So you get a nice combination of both worlds. It was hard for me. In my younger adulthood, manhood, whatever you want to call, to show emotion. And it wasn't until much later in life, and I do mean in the last few years, where I've learned to be able to let my guard down and to show any sort of emotion and not feel bad about it. Because there was always that part of me that if I let my guard down and showed a little bit of emotion, I that's how I felt. I felt weak and I felt soft, and I didn't like that feeling. And I'm sure there's a lot of other dudes out there that may feel and think the same way. Whether they've come to terms with that and crossed that bridge or not, it's a fact of life. Just because I might get emotional, I might watch a goddamn commercial and it might make me cry. It doesn't make me any less of a man than I am. It doesn't mean that I'm soft. It doesn't mean anything. Movies choke me up, whatever the case may be. I've gotten over that and finally accepted the fact that it's okay to cry at a stupid movie or a goofy commercial. And yeah, if my buddies were around, they would make fun of me, just like I would make fun of them. But that's what buddies do to each other. Now, some stranger's not going to come up to me and be like, oh, you crying at the Publix commercial, pussy. I'm probably going to punch him in his mouth. But anywho, I digress. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just spouting shit. I'm no expert. I'm no expert in this. This is, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this podcast, if you're watching this podcast right now, don't be shy. Feel free to chime in the chatters box. Don't worry. But if you're listening to the replay or you're watching the replay or whatever the case may be, I'm no expert. These are just my opinions. You can agree or you can disagree or you can take my opinions to heart or whatever and use them. Anything I say on here is just opinion based. I'm no expert. I'm not an expert on anything. I'm 42 years old. I still haven't fucking figured out life. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just winging it every goddamn day. I really I just most of my days are just like, fuck it. See if it works. If it don't work, all right, cool. We'll try again. Try it a different way. But that's just me. I have a very my mentality with, I guess, I don't know. I try to choose my words wisely, but life in general are very trial and error. I might try something one way and it doesn't work, and then it's like, oh well, shit. Now I know what Thomas Edison felt like, or Ben Franklin, or Einstein, or any of these other super smart inventor guys. Didn't work. All right. grab another scrap piece of paper and try this again, or pick yourself up and dust yourself off and try again. I just quoted Aaliyah. R.I.P. Gone way too fucking soon. Pick yourself up and try again, try again. But anywho, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You don't have to listen to me. Definitely don't take what I say to heart, because I have failed more times than I can count. And I've made more mistakes than I can count. But I always get up again, learn from my mistakes, learn from my failures, and try again. If it doesn't work, but first you don't succeed, try again, something like that. I don't know. How's that saying go? But first you don't succeed, grab a beer, fuck it. But, and that's okay. We're human. We're allowed to make mistakes. We're allowed to fail. That's a great thing. And there ain't nothing wrong with just winging it. Like I said, I have not figured out this life shit. I'm 42 years old. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. Hell, I might figure it out before I die. Any of y'all goofballs that are listening to this shit, if you figured out life and you want to give me some hints, let me know. Jump into the socials and hook a brother up, for real. Because I legit just kind of go with the flow, man. I'm having fun, man. Just living my life. That's the best advice I can give it. Just live your life and have fun. Worrying about what everybody else thinks or what everybody else says. I used to get so in my own head about worrying about what other people thought and how other people felt and everything else. Man, you want to talk about a weight being lifted off of my shoulders and off of my chest when I stopped worrying about what other people thought about me or what I thought other people might feel. You want to talk about an eye-opening experience. Holy shit. But I did earn the reputation of being an asshole. But I'm okay with that. Because I'm an asshole. It's Mr. Asshole to you. Anywho. I should be a life coach. What do you guys think? Oh, fucking life sucks, huh? Let's drink a beer. Let's hang out. We'll solve life's mysteries together, y'all. A couple cases of beer or wine or whatever it is you drink. We'll figure it out. I'll help you. I know some people will be like, Glick's an idiot and he just rambles to himself on his podcast. Well, not always. Sometimes I have co-hosts. But spoiler alert, let me give you a cheat code, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Just keep scrolling. 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 Now, I know y'all been loving this shit right here. LIMP. It is right here. Anywho. What's next on the agenda, ladies and gentlemen? I know there's a couple of yous watching. It can't be just the haters that are watching, just creeping around. What's on the agenda next? Questions in the back. What's the next question, ladies and gentlemen? Get a keg and see if your problems know how to swim. Exactly. Well, yes and no, Roger. My problems, fortunately, could not swim. They were some non-swimming, non-floating sons of bitches. But I feel like some of the best conversations some of the deepest conversations come out when people are drinking. Like people who like, and it's usually amongst strangers. Like you could be at a party with your tightest circle and your tightest group of friends, and the conversations that you have with them are never the same as the conversations that you'll have with complete strangers. Like you'll get so deep and have like some eye-opening experiences through conversations with complete fucking strangers. It's mind-boggling. But I used to be like that, man. I really did. I was like that for a long time in my early 20s. Man, just see if my problems know how to swim tonight, boys. It's Monday, Glick. Yeah, okay. We got to work tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be there. Don't worry. Sure enough, Tuesday morning, here I come into work. Cooler between my legs, and unfortunately, they could swim. And when you sobered up, they were still there. There's a downside. But it sometimes it's nice. And I think the cool thing about strangers, as I've discovered in my years, and watching people too, as I said earlier, I bounced for a few years, and I was in and out of clubs, and you'd watch and hearing I watch people, and I listened, and not necessarily listen, but kind of half-ass listen to some of the conversations that people would have, and then looking at my own conversations when I've been drinking and I'm at a bar and I meet some strange person and we get to talking and bullshit. It's always so crazy to me that some person that I don't know anything about can, in an hour or 2 hour conversation sitting at a bar, can help me feel better about shit I've been dealing with than somebody I've known my whole life. Not only that, but you would think that a stranger would be more judgmental than a friend. And it's usually the complete opposite. The stranger is not as judgmental as you would think they would be. It's usually your friends that are judging you by the things that you're going through. A stranger is going to actually listen to you, and they're going to go on, and you guys might become friends, but they're going to move on to the next day and be like, "Oh man, I had a really good conversation with that guy last night. I wonder if I'll see him again." Or girl, ladies, or guys, girl, whatever the case may be. And then you might run into each other 6 months later at the same bar and be like, "Hey, how's it going? How you been? Blah, blah, blah. How's everything going?" Da, 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 da. That bullshit conversation. And then you go about your business. You go about your night. That's in my experience. I don't know. Does anybody else ever have that? Again, feel free to, if you're listening to the replay, you guys can hit us up on the social media anytime. Well, hit me up. I run all the social media, so I'll be the one that answers. Any questions or anything like that, or comments or anything like that, just feel free to hit me up on any of the social media anytime. Again, I mean, you can go to Google and put in Nonsensical Nonsense podcast, and we're the first thing that pops up, or you can go to bio.link/nonsensical nonsense, and that'll give you all of our everywhere we are. But I'd be curious to know about that. Like, I'd honestly like to know that question from our listeners and whatnot. Like, would you prefer to talk to a stranger? And then we're putting this in a bar scenario, a drinking situation. Do you prefer the stranger over a friend? And have you had that experience, and how'd that experience work out for you? I'm curious. I'm like a kitty cat, meow. But curiosity is going to get the best of me. So I want to know. Man, I'd like to say that we're strangers to some people, but I feel like there's some people who are, listeners, followers, fans of the show, whatever, I like to call you guys friends who've been around for a long time. And we don't know each other in real life. We just know each other from the online world. And it always blows my mind when, and it's happened several times, when people have come on here and they're like, man, I've been dealing with a lot of shit in my life. Got a lot of things fucking going on. I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to deal with shit. My wife left, she's taking the kids, I lost my job, whatever the case may be. And they're like, coming on here and hanging out with you guys and talking to you guys really pulled me through and got me through that shit. And I'm like, really? Us? Nonsensical Nonsense did that? Are you sure? If you listen to this, if you listen to this fucking goofy shit, like, okay. Cool. I'll take it. But that always blows my mind. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'm extremely grateful, and that's awesome that we've done that for you guys. When you're going through shit and you've found some comfort and peace of mind, or been able to get through whatever you guys are going through, listening to this podcast, because we are on the spectrum. But yeah, no, I like, in all seriousness, anybody listens to this replay or whatever, hit us up on the social media. Let me know that random conversation with a stranger compared to a conversation with a lifelong friend or a friend you've known for years, which is generally better for you. And I feel like this is going to be more of a lopsided thing. I think this is just me growing up with all sisters and all female cousins, and it's just being surrounded by women my entire life. I feel like it's going to be kind of lopsided with the responses and the answers that we get back. And I don't have to give anybody's names or anything like that. I know a lot of women can lean more towards their female friends, and they can get together and have their little chick nights, ladies nights, whatever, powwows, whatever you want to call them, and have the legit serious conversations where dudes are going to get together with their friends, and if their buddy's like, man, I got shit on my mind, his buddies are going to clown him, and they're not doing it out of hate or anything like that. It's just how dudes are with our friends. Unfortunately, that's just how we are. Usually that serious conversation comes one-on-one and nobody knows about it, and it's like it just kind of happens. So I think it'd probably be more dudes would lean on that side of, yeah, I was at the bar, had a few beers, met this dude, talked about life, talked about shit, and walked out of there feeling 100 times better than I did when I walked in. Because it's a simple conversation. Fuck, you probably didn't even get the guy's name at the end of the day. I mean, it's not like you're in there trying to pick him up or take him home or anything like that. But you know what I mean? You just start bullshit. And the conversation goes. Kind of like this fucking show. Conversation just, you never know where this conversation is going to go. I don't even know where this conversation is going to go. None of this shit is planned. None of this shit is scripted. It just fucking happens at the end of the day. It really, really does. But I digress. Again, anybody who's watching live right now, if you guys want to add anything, feel free to. If you want to ask me any questions, feel free to ask me anything. you want my thoughts and opinions on something, apparently, I mean, obviously, I'm very opinionated. I'm going to give you my opinion on anything and everything. Feel free to chime into the chatters box. You're all fucking welcome here, whether you like us or not. I don't give a damn. You guys don't have to hide in the shadows. You don't have to be shy. I promise. I won't bite. If I do, I've got all my shots. You don't have to worry about anything. We enjoy the engagement with you guys. When you guys watch us, we do the show live for you guys. At times, with our schedules, especially Jeff and Tony, I'm a little bit more open because I'm a very routine individual. So, I don't mind, what I call organized chaos. I kind of thrive in that, but I'm also kind of routine. So, I lock myself into a certain routine and I'm good. And if something happens, I try to adjust it accordingly. But I think, especially Tony and Jeff with their schedules, a pre-recording of this show and then thrown up on YouTube would work better for them. And then the audio put onto the podcast platforms. But I like doing the lives, and they like doing the lives because of the interactions from the chatters box. You guys, if you're watching, we encourage you guys to get involved in the conversation. We really do. Don't be shy. Don't be worried about saying the wrong thing or whatever. Just pop into the conversation. Add your 2 cents. I can't say it anymore. It's strongly encouraged here. It's strongly encouraged here. And we try to interact with you guys as much as we possibly can. I understand it's a little bit harder for me, especially when I go on tangents when I'm solo. But when the guys are here or Jeff's here, if it's Jeff and I, it's a little bit easier for me to follow along with the chatters box. Tony's here. He's great with the chatters box and keeping up with it and dropping the comments on the screen, because I might not always see them over here, because a little behind the scenes for you guys who don't know, the comments are actually over here. It's on a separate panel when I'm looking at the computer. Yeah, I got the big picture right here, and then the comments are over here. So I might not always see them, but Tony's great. He's on them. And the cool thing, he throws them up on the screen, so we might miss it, but he's over here, and just for an example for you guys watching, right there, he throw it right up on the screen. I might have missed it over here because I'm talking and ranting and whatever, and then he puts it up on the screen, and it's like, okay, cool. Let's go ahead and let me finish my thought, and then we'll acknowledge the chatters box, or Tony will just be like, nobody gives a fuck what you're saying, Glick, when in actuality, it's just Tony don't give a fuck what I'm saying, and he just completely interrupts me and tells me what's the chatters box said. Derailed. I'm off the fucking rails. I'm over here somewhere. I don't even remember what I'm talking about at this point. But you guys are acknowledged. We encourage you guys. We don't, don't have to watch in silence. Don't care who you are. Like I said, don't care if you like us. Don't care if you're a former friend, an ex-friend, ex-girlfriend. It don't matter. I can drop your 2 cents. Now, if you get stupid, you're going to get your fucking feelings hurt. I'll tell you that right now. There's people out there that can attest to that. Fuck around and find out. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, and all them other cliche sayings. All them other catchphrases. I don't know. I am to a certain degree, I'm enjoying these Mondays solo. I'd rather not be alone on Mondays, but I'm enjoying them. I'm coming into my own. The guys talked me into doing the Glick show again. That was just my solo show, and that's just a quick in and out, hour and a half at the most. That's an easy peasy lemon squeezy right there. 3 hours solo though. It's a little bit sketchy, but I feel like I'm getting better at it. Rocking them out, keeping the conversation going, having mildly decent conversations. I don't know. Maybe it's just ramblings of a madman. Maybe at some point somebody's going to have me Baker acted. I don't even know. I might wake up tomorrow in a padded room with a hug me jacket on. What the fuck happened here? Well, listen to the podcast last night, Glick. You belong here. Cool. Peace, quiet, no stress of all the shit. I'm good. Bring me my cheese sandwich or whatever the hell we're eating around here. I need a vacation, goddammit. Shit, they'd try to release me. I'd be like, no, I don't want to leave. I want to stay here. I like it here. They'd be like, Glick, it's time to go home. And I'm going to hit them with this right here.
Hell no. Come on, wait. To the no, no, no. Come on. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no. Come on. Hell no, no. To the no, no. To the no, 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 no. To the no, no. To the no, no. Hell to the no, no.
It'd be great if that was a full screen because that would make that shit a little bit slicker. But shit, most people go into the loony bin kicking and screaming. They're gonna be kicking me out, kicking and screaming. I don't want to leave. I don't want to. Let me stay, please. One more night. Don't leave me. I need you. I need you in my life. Glick, there's nothing wrong with you. You can go home. You are perfectly sane. Then I hit him with one of these one time.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
There ain't nothing sane about me. Insane in the membrane, Cypress Hill once said. I know I can't be the only one thinking a trip to the Looney Bin would be a vacation. Man, I'd be chilled as fuck up in that bitch. Fucking got my little comfy pajama pants on and a white t-shirt, whatever. Chilling. Hanging out with Crazy Larry. Fucked up Frank. Hey. Frank likes to eat Legos. Okay, cool. Frank also hears voices in his head. Okay, I'm good. Better than the crazy shit I deal with in the outside world. I'm just saying. I'm a fucking mess, y'all. I'm a goddamn mess. But it's been fun tonight, man. I feel like conversation's been fun tonight. It definitely went down a road that I typically don't go down. I typically stay away from. I stay away from the politics and the conspiracy and this and that. But I pay attention to a certain degree. But sometimes it's fun to just kind of, rant and vent about the crazy shit that's going on. And I guess that's kind of the cool thing about being able to do a show solo. Now, once it gets situated, it's it's a crazy time for Nonsensical Nonsense right now. We are in the midst of some changes. You're going to see some more faces on here down the road. Hopefully, Connor's going to be around more often. Steven Jarvis, who was a guest on here, and you guys may or may not have seen me hanging out with him Saturday afternoon. He's expressed interest to be a part of the show. So pull the curtain back and give you guys a little behind the scenes, if you will. I want to give the guys a break. Tony and Jeff. Jeff, I don't know. Jeff, I don't think we're ever going to get rid of Jeff. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. But I don't think, Jeff's, you guys have heard Jeff talk about on here. He's going to France, whatever the case may be. That time difference is going to be a bitch for him, whether he realizes it or not. But I also don't think that they have the same passion I have. Do maybe they're just getting burnt out, and that's fine, and that's what I want to alleviate. And that's why I want to bring in some new faces and not kick the guys off the show or get rid of the guys, but mix it up. Mondays might be Tony, Connor, and I. Wednesdays might be Jeff, Steve, and I. And Saturdays might be Connor, Steve, and I. I don't know. Cam wants to get involved. I don't know. But kind of take, because apparently for some people 3 nights a week is too much, but other things aren't too much. Anyways, kind of alleviate some of that stress. And be like, all right, look, dude, you only have to be here 1 night a week. All right, is that cool? Can we get 1 night a week? Or whatever the case may be. Or, like Connor's like, oh, look, I got 1 night. Okay, cool. You only got to be here that night. Nobody has to be here, but you know what I mean? Like, if commit to 1 night, cool, no problem. Maybe we bring Mike back. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in Mike's world, but bring him back for a night. The only person that you guys are stuck with 3 nights a week is this asshole. It's my show. I'm the host. Duh. I have to be here at the end of the day. But I don't want them to feel like they're pressured or feel like it's too much to be here 3 nights a week, especially 3 hours, whatever. So I would try to get some new voices and some new faces on the show and interchange them and mix and match them. And the great thing about me is I can adapt and change with anybody. Once that rhythm is and that flow is created. Rhythm and flow. But I think it'll be cool too, because then you guys will get to experience a bunch of new personalities and stuff like that. Who knows what will happen? Might be the worst decision I ever made, or it might be the best decision I ever made. I don't know. But again, trial and error. That's how I live my life. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing on podcasts. It is literally just fucking throw shit at the wall and see if it sticks. Fuck it. I think Rip said that on Yellowstone. Fuck. When they were trying to figure out how to do something. Fuck it. It'll work or it won't work. I don't know at this point, but yeah, unfortunately, you guys will still be stuck with me 3 days a week. But you get new faces 3 days a week. Maybe Jeff will just do Saturdays. I don't know. I don't want Jeff to feel pressured because of the time zone. When we start the show, it's going to be 2 o'clock in the morning over there. By the time we end the show, it's going to be 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. He says, "Well, I don't have to do I don't have to be able to work. I don't have to actually start work until 4 p.m." Yeah, I understand that, but But you know, when you get up and you work from 4 to midnight or 4 to 1, and then you do a podcast for 4 hours afterwards, it starts taking its toll. So maybe Saturdays might only work for Jeff. Jeff's not going anywhere though, fuckers. I will not let that happen. He'll be dead before he leaves the show. And even after he's dead, we're just going to stuff him and prop him up on a seat and turn his camera on. I know you guys don't like Jeff, but I do. He's an asshole, but he's my asshole. But no, definitely got some changes coming for the show. Hopefully they'll be for the better. Hopefully, it'll alleviate some of the stress and infighting, the frustration and aggravation on the show. And whether it's with people on the show or not people on the show, maybe it's just personal life that's getting in the way. And as we all know, 9 times out of 10, if somebody gets mad at you or gets frustrated with you, it's not you that they're mad and frustrated with. It's something going on in their personal life. And then you're that outlet. You're that outlet for them to take it out on, unfortunately. And but because I don't like when we have those shows where we fuss and fight and yell and scream at each other. That shit's so goddamn frustrating and aggravating. Yeah, I'll post it because, as we all know, controversy sells, bitches. Controversy sells at the end of the day. But I don't like it. And it pisses me off. And I get aggravated. And then I take it off the show. And I stew on it. And I sit and you get more and more frustrated to the point where it's like, fuck these guys. I don't even need these guys. Fuck this goddamn show. I don't need this goddamn show, type bullshit. I don't like being like that. So again, it's my show. I look for a solution and an answer. Maybe I find one. Maybe it blows up in my face. I have no idea. But it'll be a hell of a ride either way, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of the day, it'll be a hell of a ride. That's all I can say. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where it's going to go. But it's going to be one hell of a ride. But I digress. I like that word. I don't know why I like that word, but I say it a lot. I digress. It's a fun word. It's kind of like undress. Yeah. Hey. Brown chicken. Brown. I'm an idiot. Yes, I know. I hope I gave you haters some fuel. Clip and cut it. Edit it. Chop it down. Sit and spin. Gotta give them something to talk about. Like Bonnie Raitt said. Bonnie Raitt. What the hell was her name? Bonnie Raitt? Bonnie Raitt. Let's give them something to talk about. Oh, Bonnie Raitt. My bad. Bonnie Raitt, not Raitt. What the fuck was I talking about? Bonnie Raitt. With her rogue hair. She got that rogue hair from X-Men. Let's give them something to talk about. It just got real quiet out in my living room. And I don't know why. I feel like they're listening to me. They're being nosy. It's time to whisper. Whisper quiet. It got real quiet. Why is it so quiet out there? What? Like showdown at the OK Corral quiet out there. I feel like a tumbleweed just rolled by down the hallway. That's how quiet it got out there. The quiet before the storm, ladies and gentlemen. Like a tornado. Quiet. Y'all ever seen a tornado in person or anything like that? It gets eerie quiet when a tornado comes. Like, man, they'd be storming like a motherfucker, and then all of a sudden shit just stops. It's just dead silence. Right now. And then boom, all hell breaking loose. Fucking Twister, throwing cows, picking up trucks, sending Dorothy to Oz, landing on witches, stealing shoes, little peoples singing, goddamn cowardly lion, fucking scarecrow, all that shit. Stupid ass fucking little dog. Should have fed that damn dog to the Wicked Witch of the West. Stupid ass Toto. Still like that out there. There's just dead ass silence out there. Anyways, let's wrap this fucking shit show up, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Shall we? It's been a hell of a ride tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate y'all being here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Shit. Okay, I got the right one. Anywho, no, I do appreciate you guys listening. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate y'all in the chatters box as always. Moving forward, like I said, it's strongly encouraged. It's welcomed. If you're watching the show, get in the chatters box. You don't have to sit there and watch in silence because I know that we say and do shit that you're like, these motherfuckers will fucking say it. Or just get involved in the conversation. Either way. Strongly encouraged and definitely want you guys to take part in the show. That's why we do the live show at the end of the day. But if you're not already, go ahead and check us out on all them social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Join us live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays between 7 and 7:15 on YouTube and Twitch. I guess if you want to watch on Twitch, we're on Twitch as well. And you can listen to us anytime, any place. If you miss a live episode, you miss an episode, or you're just feeling nostalgic and you want to jump into a time machine and go all the way back to the beginning where if you think we're bad now, you should have heard when we first started this show. Wow. Ouch. Ooh. If you get that reference, we can be friends. R.I.P. Pee Wee Herman. Anywho, wrap this bad boy up. As I was saying, it got eerily quiet out there. Almost too quiet out there in my living room. And that leads me into our friends at BlendJet. And we all know blenders are loud as hell. Not only are they loud as hell, but they're big and they're bulky and you can only use them at home and they're a pain in the ass to use. And they're a pain in the ass to clean. And at the end of the day, you end up hardly using it at all. But our friends at BlendJet 2 makes a portable blender, making blending so easy and convenient that you can use it literally every single day, no matter where you are at. Literally, wherever you're at. The BlendJet is portable, so you can blend up a smoothie at work, a protein shake at the gym, and even a margarita on the beach. Give me one margarita. Hey, easy. This is a kid's show. Not really, but. And it's small enough to fit in a cup holder, but powerful enough to blast through those tough ingredients like ice and frozen fruit with ease. BlendJet 2, whisper quiet. See, kind of like my living room was just a few minutes ago. So you can make your morning smoothies without waking up the whole house and disturbing anybody at work or at the gym, because you don't want to be one of those people when you're at the gym or at work. You don't want to disturb everybody. You're right in the middle of a work day and all you hear is you don't want that. And it lasts for up to 15 plus blends, and it recharges quickly via USB-C. You know what that means? You can literally charge this thing anywhere. Use it anywhere, charge it anywhere. Your car, your office, the gym. Wherever you are, you can charge it as long as you have a USB charging cord and power. And best of all, ladies and gentlemen, the BlendJet 2 cleans itself. Just blend water with a drop of soap and you're good to go. Bada bing, bada boom. Not only that, but it comes in 30 plus colors and patterns to choose from. There's a BlendJet literally to complement just about any style. You got your normal colors to leopard print, marble. They got the Lisa Frank collection. They got the Ninja Turtles. They got the Disney collection. So, I mean, there's plenty of options. You're going to find one that you like. I kind of want to get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collection myself, personally. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool, and it's super nostalgic because I grew up watching the Ninja Turtles. Like, love you, buddy.
Right, people.
So what are you waiting for? Go to blendjet.com, grab yours today, and be sure to use the promo code Words Are Hard. Get 12% off your order and 2-day free shipping. No other portable blender on the market comes close to the quality, power, and innovation of BlendJet 2. They guarantee you'll love it. Or, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't love it, you're going to get your money back at the end of the day. Blend anytime, anywhere with BlendJet 2 portable blender. Go to blendjet.com and use promo code Words Are Hard. Get your 12% off and 2-day free shipping. Shop today and get the best deal ever. Ever, ladies and gentlemen. And thank us later. With that being said, we've done Blacktop Mojo all night. Go ahead and wrap it up with little Matt James, lead singer of Blacktop Mojo, with one of his solo songs off of his new solo album. Which one do I want to choose? Check out Matt James on YouTube, social media, and wherever you stream music at. Like I said, he's the lead singer of Blacktop Mojo. The guy's got a killer voice. Let's do Wait It Out.
There might be rain on the rooftop. I'd give anything for the clouds to break. The weatherman says that it won't stop. The same shade of gray, just a different day. Well, I'm going crazy, stuck in this house, climbing the walls and screaming out loud. There might be rain on the rooftop. I'm just trying to wait I'm just trying to wait it out.
Yes, sir. Hell yeah. Great song. Cannot wait for this album. Can't wait to get it, is what I should say. Yeah. I mean, not like literal album, but you know what I mean. Can't wait to like purchase it and have it ready. Anywho, appreciate y'all listening. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Much love. Enjoy your week. I'll see you Wednesday night for a brand new episode of Nonsensical Nonsense. In the meantime, hopefully you guys check out them social medias. And if any of you guys are interested, if you made it this far in the show, still got a couple spaces available for the Nonsensical Nonsense Fantasy Football League. So go ahead and hit us up on them social medias. Let me know you're interested. And we'll get that link sent to you so you can join up. Until next time, when you find yourself in doubt, and you're at them crossroads and you're wondering, what the hell should I do? Always remember, WWNND. What would Nonsensical Nonsense do, baby? Be good or be good at it. Goodbye, motherfuckers. This is where we hit the button. Hit the button. Typically, Brad Pitt would have popped up. Gwyneth Paltrow's head would have popped up. If you guys don't understand the references, again, we can't be friends. Anyways, in the show.